Well, I'm mostly concerned that the public really hasn't been told essentially anything meaningful about the president's health here. So let's turn the clock back and look what's gone on over the last 9 months. The president had a physical exam, a comprehensive physical exam in April at Walter Reed. And they listed a bunch of studies which were essentially all normal. The president was great, and there was nothing else to see. Over the summer, the president developed really greatly swollen ankles, which prompted another series of tests. They called that chronic venous insufficiency, despite the fact that just a few months earlier during his comprehensive exam, the president's physician said he had no swelling of the leg. So it doesn't sound so to me, it sounds more acute. And then something happened in the fall. Something happened in October that prompted an off-cycle series of tests by the president's medical team. And when the results of those were released to the public, they used some basically euphemisms to describe what the president, the test the president went through. And the euphemism was advanced imaging. And they didn't describe whether it was a CT or an MR. And then later on, a few days later on Air Force One, the president basically said he had an MRI. Couldn't describe what body part, but he said he had an MRI, which prompted the president's physician again to release another statement, at which time he again did not describe the specific test the president underwent, and said that, again, everything looked fine. And now we learn that the president didn't have an MRI. He actually had a CT scan, which explains why the president's physician didn't describe the test after the president disclosed his MRI, because he didn't have an MRI. So as best we can tell, the president had a cardiac CT, or what looks like a CT angiogram, which is basically a non-invasive way to tell whether the president has any significant coronary artery disease. And in his statement to the Wall Street Journal, the president's physician, Dr. Sean Barbabella, basically said the test looked great. There was no abnormality, which actually doesn't correlate with what Dr. Ronnie Jackson told the public in 2018 when he disclosed that the president had a similar CT scan that showed the presence of coronary calcium, which is a marker of coronary artery disease. So I'm almost less concerned about the actual cause of the president's bruising. We can talk about that than I am about why the White House medical team has felt the need to study him in the last few months. What symptoms, what clinical concerns have prompted this?